The Anderson Mill Garden Club does indeed garden, but they do a lot more than that. Committed to sharing the area's history, in the 1960s they built a replica of Thomas Anderson's mill on the land where he ground corn 100 years before. They operate the public menu through sales of their own stone-ground corn and handmade gifts. The club began in 1955 when the ladies of Valente, then the middle of nowhere, got together in their homes to compare garden notes. When a member's husband tired of his wife's house cleaning before meetings, he offered to build them a clubhouse.
Several years into their activities, one of the husbands volunteered to pay for a clubhouse. And they got very excited. He said, "We've got to find some land." And another member's family had land out here, the Schultz family. So Mr. Robinson paid for the clubhouse to be built, and the Schultzes gave the land, and we've been here ever since.
On the land once owned by Thomas and Lucy Anderson, members from across Central Texas gather at the clubhouse. Along with monthly meetings featuring local garden experts, members learn hands-on as they preserve the land and its resident species. They maintain structured beds near the clubhouse, adding new ones designed to attract butterflies. But in this garden club, you don't have to actually garden to be a member.
You know that it's been loved to death. It is just praying.
Not everyone was interested in gardening. Some of us garden, some of us quilt. Everybody was interested in a different activity.
Sharing Anderson Mill's history unites them. In the 60s, the club raised funds to build a working replica of Thomas Anderson's mill. Tour guide Cornelia Farrell originally joined to learn how to garden as a newcomer to Texas.
I've always loved history, and I just like the combining of history and gardening. The members of the club decided to build a replica of the mill. The original one had been long gone, and they had named their club after the Anderson Mill that had been such an important part of the area. So they decided it would be nice to build a replica of it so that the people could come and see it and see what the original one had looked like.
One of the surviving members of the Anderson family were still living in the area, and that was Minnie Hensel, Mrs. Hensel, and that's why the mill is dedicated to her.
But to relive the past, members stone grind corn to sell at the mill on open days and at garden shows. They also hand make crafts to finance their gift to the public. The club invests their revenue using the interest to pay for everything from electricity to maintenance. Every year they hand sew a quilt to raffle for college scholarships in support of local students. On the fourth Sunday from March to October, the club opens the grounds to the public. Passing along history through its everyday life is what gardening's all about as well. Each flower and tree bears a legacy to remind us of those who exclaimed upon their beauty long ago. And through their club, the Anderson Mill gardeners have discovered what truly bonds the centuries.
Do we have to listen to this story again?
Whether it be quilting or whether it be grinding corn or making homemade soap, it's always a lot of fun getting together with ladies that have something in common.